Once you have added text to your Word document, you will probably want to think about making it more visually interesting and easy to read. There are a number of formatting options you can apply to do that. That's going to be our focus for this next videos. For this video, I use very plain looking document with a lot of text, and that's all it is. And it is not all that nice to look at. We can make some improvements to this using some formatting techniques we are going to explore. Let's start with fonts that is being used throughout this document. Click anywhere in any paragraph and go up to the ribbon with the Home tab selected. Here in the font group, you are going to see the name that's being used. In this case, it's Times New Roman. You will also see that size this is being used. The font size set to 11, and that's the same throughout. We could really add some interest by changing up font sizes and font faces. So we can change it from Times New Roman to something else. Let's start with the entire document. Perhaps you don't want to work with the Times New Roman. Something else might be better. Well, the first step is to select everything. Use your keyboard shortcut Ctrl+A as in all. Go ahead and do it. And you can see that everything is selected. Next, we can go right up here to this font group on the ribbon. Click the drop down next to the Times New Roman. You can see it's highlighted, and let's choose something else. And you scroll down the alphabetical list. You will see there are many fonts to choose from. Now you might not see the same list that I see. It's all depends on your installation. But we are going to go down to Calibri. Go ahead and select it. Notice as you hover over this, you get nice real-time preview in the background of what that's going to look like. Here's a light version of it. You can see there are many to choose from. Some would not be useful in our scenario, and it's a long document but might be good for titles, and depending on the type of document you are creating. Let's go to Calibri and select it. Notice the entire document is changed throughout using the new font face Calibri, looking pretty good. Now size might be a little bit too big for this document. Let's select everything again. You know the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+A, and we will go to size drop down here and let's change it to 10. Now you will also notice button next to this that bumps the size up and or down by the increment that we see in this drop down menu. So I wanted to make it bigger. It goes up to 11 and then up to 12. Let's knock it back to down with a couple of clicks to 10 points. Now you can click anywhere in the background to see what it looks like. Or it looks like very different than what we started with, and we have only made a couple of changes. Let's go to specific text now, which means something, selecting it first and then apply the changes. We will go to our article The Way to Wellness, the title. Click in the left hand margin once next to The Way to Wellness, and you can see the entire paragraph through its total one line. It's the save the return at the end is selected. There's also this little pop-up dialog that appears where we can use this formatting toolbar. Using most of the options we even see up here in the font group. So let's try that again. Once you click it, that's appear, and you can go directly to it. You don't need to go up to the ribbon. So if you wanted, for example, bump up the size, I'm thinking Calibri is fine, but the size, I'm going to click the drop down here and I want to go to, let's say, 60. So we get down to 48, realize the next one is 72. So how do we get to 60? But inside this field, you can backspace over the 10, type in 60 and press enter. There we go. Now it's still selected or highlighted, so we can apply additional changes here if we wanted to as well. For example, maybe we want to change the color. The font color is its own drop down as well. We all see theme colors. Themes are what we can be applied to entire documents. Color schemes are part of the theme, and you can see there are a number of different shades of grays, yellows, greens, etc. Let's go to the fourth column here, which is blacks and grays, and we want go right to the bottom. We'll go to select from the bottom, and a very dark gray called blue gray text to lighter 25%. You can see that pop up as you hover over it. Click it, give it a click, click in the background now to see what looks like. That's coming along. Other thing we can do like bolding, italics and underlines. And again, we will probably apply those who selected content, going into some of other changes and groups of changes that can be stored in things called styles as we move through this video series.